Hi, friends. Hi, happy Saturday, and welcome to Pajama Day. It's Pajama Day because I'm going nowhere. It's supposed to rain today, and it's raining today because it's like high in the 90s. It was already in the 80s when I woke up this morning. All I did was step outside my front door to pick up an Amazon package and come in and thought, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I asked my daughter, I was like, I'll come by one day this weekend because I haven't really seen her. But then I texted her this morning because she's like, you can come anytime. Adam said you can come anytime. We're fine with any time. Oh, very interesting. All right, I'm sorry. I squirrel. And then she said they're watching the pre-qualifying run at 9 o'clock this morning for F1, and they're watching the race tomorrow at 8 a.m. So when I got up this morning, I thought, I bet you would appreciate it if they could both focus on the race without entertaining Callahan or changing his diaper or feeding him or whatever. So I said, do you want me to come over tomorrow at 8 a.m. and be there during the race? At which point I might just say, also, do you guys just want to go to church? Because they said that after that, they're going to church. They have nothing else planned. I'm like, do you guys just want to go to church once without Callahan? I mean, maybe she wants to, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just offer that tomorrow. So that's up in the air right now, and I haven't heard back from her. So I am going to finish up while I'm talking to you. What did I do with it? Where'd it go? It's not small. Where's my, oh, it's behind this plant. Can't see it behind the plant. Got my steamer that blends in with the wall. I'm going to steam these curtains and chat with you. Ooh, a little bit of water on the table. This is a table that I think is going to end up going upstairs, but I don't know until Friday. All right, let's turn it on. I don't know if I'm going to be too far away from you over there. Hopefully you can still hear me. I just have to make sure I don't, every now and then I get really quiet when I'm talking. And I forget there's a microphone far away. Oh, let me go get my mic and see if it works. Hold on. I'm back. I decided it was probably best that I put a bra on as I'm making the video. And by the time I did that, I might as well just put on another shirt. I kept my pajama bottoms on. And while I was up there, I got a ding on my phone. I'm like, oh, my daughter texted me back. She didn't. Y'all. Okay, this is going to be my complaint, and I'm not going to complain anymore. I am really working very hard to finalize this retreat. The amount of hours that goes into collecting money from people is unbelievable. I have to find a system somehow where people go in, they register, and if they say they want 3 people in the room, it has the ability to do 3 people in a room with add-on extra table space, add-on extra room on Thursday night to come early. And then also has a separate part that is an add-on. I'm going to have 2 people in a room for the extra night, the Sunday night, because that includes scrapbooking and, food and everything. Or 3 people in the room or whatever. And then it adds it all together and it tells them how much they owe. And then they have to have the ability to go in and cancel it and then rebook it, because people change their minds all the time. How do other people do it? That's what I want to know. First of all, nobody kind of does the crazy stuff that I do with my retreat. My whole life, I've just done it all myself. I have a spreadsheet. I tell people how much it costs. And then they write back and say, I have 2 people in the room and I want an extra table. How much do I owe you? Because nobody's capable of looking at the sheet that's very clear, very clear. This is how much per person if there's 2 people in your overnight room for the 2-night weekend. This is how much per person if you're staying the extra night. by yourself in a single room, or if you're going to be in a double room, if you're going to be in triple. Like I have that all divided up so that people can be like, okay, well, there's 3 of us for the weekend retreat, but only 2 of us are going to stay the extra night. So like I have it all. It's so clear. It's so clear a kindergartner could understand it. And yet I get more. How much do I owe you? My calculator works as well as their calculator does, but no. I have held these people's hands too much, and nobody understands that 15 minutes it takes me to go back and look it up and see what they did and what they signed up for and figure it all out is times 50. And that's if they only ask me one question once. People are coming back all the time. Well, now we're going to, oh, so-and-so can't come now. Well, now we're going to switch to this. Now we're going to, I need a system that does it all on its own. But it can't be really expensive. That's the thing. I don't need a yearly plan because this big retreat happens once a year. Maybe I just need to buck up. I need to buck up, not complain, and just keep answering all these things. And then I need to add on an extra $20 onto everyone's registration next year. That's what I need to do. And then it won't be as crazy because people are going to be like, $20 more, I'm not coming. And I'll be like, okay, see ya. And then that'll kind of defray the cost of my time in what I put into this. It's unbelievable. So I'm sending out courtesy emails to people, of course. This is the deadline. You lose your spot if you don't pay by this day. Doesn't matter. I have about 15 people who haven't paid out of the 50 that are coming. So I send another email this week. By the way, if you haven't paid, you have to pay this week. This is the due date. And then if I haven't even gotten a registration, like I have some people who have registered, like, hi, my name is A, and I'm coming in a room with B and C. Okay. So A registers, and I said, everybody has to fill out a registration form online because you can't just say you're coming with somebody and then they don't fill out a registration form, they don't pay me, and then they're like, I'm not coming, and then the first person's like, I can't afford a room by myself. Like it always becomes like a big nightmare. So that person needs to register too. You can't register for, I mean, you can register for them, I suppose. You can go online and pretend you're them and put their email address in. If you want to do that, that's fine, but I need a registration form. Okay, so A signs up and says she's coming with B and C. B signs up and says she's coming with A and C. C never signs up. C doesn't register. No registration. And I'm like, are you coming with that person? So then I write A and B and say, I just want you to know C has not registered, sent any money, anything. I've heard nothing from C. Then I get emails back. I'm so sorry. C needs a lot of help. And needs, okay. Now, mind you, A, B, and C has also, they've switched the rooms around a lot. These 2 are coming now. Oh, no, that one person's not coming. So instead of those 2 together, it's going to be these 2 together, and us 3 are going to go in this room. Like I have gone through about 10 emails with this group in particular. We're just talking one group of ladies, of 6 ladies, maybe 5 ladies now. I don't even know. So it's finally finalized. A, B, and C are together in a room, and they're coming on Thursday. And they would like a rollaway bed if they can, I think. I don't know. I don't remember now. I might be thinking of another group. I don't think this is a rollaway bed group. So C ends up sending me a payment. Now, B paid for a triple room. A paid for a triple room. And I heard nothing from C. So C finally sends me the money. And we went round and round, first of all. Or was that somebody else that I went round and round with? Oh, that's my daughter. She says tomorrow at 8 a.m. Sounds great. Okay. See, happiness. Thank you, Jesus. Need a little dose of, I'm going to go see Callahan tomorrow morning. Okay. I got a lot to do. My food is out of the refrigerator, warming up. I'm going to get this curtain done. Okay. I need to handle all these people today. So C sends me a payment for a double room. And I'm like, she doesn't know what's going on. And the other lady even said, she doesn't know what's going on. All right. And so I send a text message directly to C and say, you paid for a triple room, but I believe you're in a double, or you paid for a double room, but I believe you're in a triple room, so you get money back. I just want to confirm this, and before I send you the money back. And if you are only in a double room, who would you be with? Because I have the 3 of you down. She writes, it is all so confusing, but I just confirmed with A to be sure that I had it straight. A and I are sharing a double room, and B is sharing a room with D and E. That is not what the person said. That is not what, that's how I originally had it. And then they switched it. So I guess they changed their mind again. Okay. With D and E. And we'll have a triple room. A told me that she sent you 2 checks by mistake and you were going to tear up the second one. Yeah, because she was just going to pay again. She said, I don't think I paid you. And I said, no, you did pay me. And she paid for a triple. So I guess the second one was going to be the double. You were going to tear up the second one. However, I think she originally paid for a triple room. So she will owe the difference. I can send you that via Cash App if you would like. So she doesn't have to mail another check. Well, why would she mail a third check? I have all of them. I'll just cash the one that's for a double room. Let me know if this makes sense. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for writing. Thank you for all you do at the end. That makes me at least happy that you semi-appreciate. I don't think anyone can truly appreciate, but they try to appreciate. So great. You know what I did? I sent money back to E because I figured E overpaid. No, I didn't. Sent back. How did I send money back to A if A paid by check? I didn't even write down how they paid. I just wrote send back. Maybe I mean send back. Maybe that was a typo on my part. Now I'm going to have to look up because I have not. A did send a check. The thing is, I have 3 groups of women who are coming that have about between 4 and 6 people in them. I have 3 groups of them that don't come that often. They're not like I have some of my customers who come every single retreat I coordinate. They come 4 times a year. They've been coming for decades. I know them really well, which would make all this easier because I would be like, oh, well, A's doing this with C and this is doing this with this, because I would have them in my head because I know them so well and I know their faces really well. And I know these are just random names to me now, familiar names because they've been to retreats before. But I honestly can't pinpoint exactly what A, B, C, D, or E look like right now, or the other A, B, C, D, or E, or the other A, B, C, or D. And I'm having issues with all 3 of these groups and things moving around. And let's add a Thursday night, but I'm going to pay for it, but she's going to do this, but we're going to come 3 in a room, but the Thursday night's just going to have 2 in the room. And can we have a rollaway bet on this? Like, I'm having a lot of these issues with all 3 of these groups, and it's making my head want to explode. I said I wasn't going to complain anymore. That's it. Got to figure out what's going on with A, B, C, and D. Got to see if I actually paid. Let me look under my Zelle. Most people pay by Zelle. I had somebody today who paid by Zelle, but they didn't use my email, which is what I write in there. Here are your 4 ways you can pay. You can send me a money order. You can send me a check. You can pay by Zelle. You can pay by Cash App. If you pay by Zelle or Cash App, use my email address. And I put it on there again. And it's right there. Like, easy. You don't have to look it up. I'm registered under, and then I have my email address. Then they send it to my phone number, which is not affiliated with it. And then it doesn't come to me. It's just, I had another person, they put a dot. It was like, because I have a J in my name and it goes below the line, and there was a dot. They thought the dot was like another dot in the email address, so it didn't go through. I also have my name and then the first letter of my last name before the Gmail account. the number of people who just drop off the first letter of my last name. And then it doesn't go through. And they like send me screenshots. I sent it to you. What happens with these financial institutions is if you put in an incorrect email address, it says it went to that person and you've typed in who you want it to go to. So then they send me a screenshot that says, look, it went to Jenny, blah, blah, blah. And then it'll have my phone number on there, which is not affiliated with any account. So it just sits there in the ether. And then it's waiting for somebody to retrieve it. I think it's Cash App that uses only email, not phone. So that's why I use emails on both of them. And I correspond with everybody via email all the time. I don't text people. I have my number there, like kind of in case of emergency. I don't like it when people text me. I'm like off doing things and then the text message gets buried. You know what I just thought? This is what I'm going to do on all future correspondences. In case of emergency, here's my personal cell phone number. Please do correspondences through email to me because it is likely that I will lose so that people don't even bother. But I have to have it on there in case they have to get a hold of me like the day of or whatever. Okay, I'm done. I'm not complaining anymore. There we go. It's over. I'm going to handle it later. And I'm going to steam this now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make myself feel better. It's 11:15. I haven't had something to eat. I'm going to warm up this food. I'm going to sit down on this couch and I'm going to watch the next episode of John Adams. Probably not the whole episode. I'll watch half of it because they're like a full hour long. I'll watch 30 minutes of it and I'm going to sit down and eat. I'm going to feel so much happier and better. I might even have a couple pieces of chocolate, or a little acai, blueberry, dark chocolate balls afterwards. And I'm going to come back with an attitude adjustment. I'm going to come back as Happy Jenny. I promise you. And before I come back, I am going online and I'm handling this whole situation and contacting everybody involved to make sure it's, what I'm tempted to do. I'm very, very tempted to go into my emails and find the emails and the text messages with A, who said, we are now switching it that the three of us are together. Are these the ones that, yeah, they're coming on Thursday too. I'm going to find it in the email because I know we went back and forth and I said, okay, I just want to be clear. These are the people that are coming here. These are the people that are coming here. Yes, I know it's changed. So I'll send an email to A and say, C just told me she's not in your room anymore. I really need to know who is in what room because the hotel requires it. And obviously it is dependent on the price that you pay. And I'm gonna send it as a reply in the email where we wrote back and forth. And she said, this is how it's gonna make me feel better. Is that being a little facetious, it's not vindictive, it's not even really facetious. I just want to point out, maybe because I'm getting older and I feel like I am forgetting. I know I'm forgetting things, which is why I don't like when people text me. I'll forget that you sent me a text because I'm going to have 99 other texts in between there. But because now everyone's texting you. Your doctor's texting you reminders. This is texting this. Like you get spam. I mean, you name it. The texts that come through. It's easier to look at email and just go click, 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 delete, and then see what's left. And then they're bolded. It's just easier. It's all on a big screen. You can see the preview of the message as opposed to a little screen like this where you're, if you opened it up, that's it. It's buried, especially because a lot of people, I don't have all their names saved in my phone either. So it's just a phone number, which I would normally just ignore. Anyway, that was too much information. Now we're getting back to complaining. Look, I need to eat. My body needs fuel. I think I'm hangry. So I will see you later on with a whole new attitude. I promise. Bye, friends.